Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of behavioral economics with Dan Ariely. Predictably Irrational. This book is a wild ride that exposes the hidden forces shaping our decisions, often without us even realizing it. Get ready to have your mind blown. Alright, folks, toss out those outdated ideas about perfectly logical decision-making. Predictably Irrational is here to shatter those myths. This book is like a decoder ring for the hidden language of human behavior. Dan Ariely, a behavioral economics rock star, pulls back the curtain to reveal the surprising and sometimes illogical forces that make us tick. Take, for example, the allure of scarcity. Ever walk into a store with a limited edition sale screaming at you from every corner? Suddenly, that ordinary t-shirt becomes a must-have collector's item, simply because there aren't many left. Ariely explains how scarcity triggers a primal urge to grab what's disappearing, even if the item itself holds no real value. Think free food is always a good deal. Think again. Ariely dives into the phenomenon of free food frenzy. We all know the feeling, a bowl of free candy at the office meeting, or a buy one get one free offer at the grocery store. Ariely reveals how these seemingly harmless freebies can lead us to make irrational choices, often piling our plates high with more food than we can possibly eat, or buying things we don't really need just because they're free. And that messy house you keep meaning to clean? Hold on. Ariely throws a curveball. A cluttered desk might actually be a sign of success, not laziness. The book explores how our surroundings can send subtle signals about our productivity. A messy desk could be interpreted as a busy professional with no time to tidy up, while a spotless workspace might suggest someone with a light workload. These are just a taste of the mind-blowing revelations in Predictably Irrational. Ariely takes us on a hilarious and insightful journey through the quirks and contradictions of human behavior. So, are you ready to discover the hidden forces that influence your choices, even when you think you're being totally rational? Then buckle up, because Predictably Irrational is about to expose the delightfully illogical you. And it's going to be a wild ride. Stay tuned as we explore even more fascinating examples of how our brains make us act, well, predictably irrational. Let's shatter another myth about our shopping habits. Price tags don't always tell the whole story. Ariely, our trusty guide to the wacky world of human behavior, shines a light on the power of relativity. Think you always make rational choices based on a product's true value? Think again. Ariely explains how relativity can warp our perception of price in an instant. When you walk into a store and see a nice-looking shirt priced at $50. A bit pricey, right? But then, plot twist. Your eyes land on another shirt right next to it, this one boasting a hefty $200 price tag. Suddenly, that $50 shirt doesn't seem so bad anymore, does it? Welcome to the world of relativity. Ariely reveals how our brains don't judge value in a vacuum. We compare options, and suddenly, the pricier item makes its neighbor look like a steal. It's all about perception, folks. That $50 shirt might still be the same shirt it was a moment ago, but next to its more expensive counterpart, it's transformed into a bargain in our minds. So, the next time you're faced with a sea of price tags, remember, relativity is at play. A product's perceived value can shift dramatically depending on what it's placed next to. Ariely equips you with the knowledge to outsmart these sneaky marketing tactics. By understanding relativity, you can become a savvier shopper, less swayed by the illusion of a bargain and more focused on getting the best value for your money. Stay tuned as we explore even more fascinating examples of how our brains make predictably irrational decisions. Predictably Irrational is just getting started. Let's peek behind the curtain of restaurant menus. There might be more going on than meets the eye. Ariely dives into the fascinating world of the decoy effect. Ever wonder why some menus have that one insanely expensive dish you'd never dream of ordering? It's not there to tempt high rollers, folks. It's a sneaky tactic designed to influence your perception of the other options. You're craving a steak, and you scan the menu. There's a basic option for $20. A slightly fancier cut for $30, and then, wham! A dry-aged, Wagyu beef monstrosity for a cool $100. Now, let's be honest, are you really going for the $100 steak? Probably not. But here's the clever trick. By placing that outrageously expensive decoy on the menu, Ariely explains how it makes the $30 steak suddenly seem like a very reasonable choice. Suddenly, that medium-priced option doesn't feel so extravagant anymore, right? The decoy effect is a sneaky but powerful marketing tool that plays on our perception of value. By understanding this trick, you become a more empowered diner. The next time you see a menu with a ridiculously priced option, remember the decoy effect is at play. Don't be fooled into thinking the more reasonable option is suddenly a must-have. Focus on what your taste buds and wallet can truly handle. Stay tuned as we explore even more fascinating examples of how our brains make predictably irrational decisions and predictably irrational. There's a whole buffet of behavioral quirks waiting to be devoured. Free stuff, who can resist it? Ariely pulls back the curtain on the irresistible power of free and predictably irrational. We all know that feeling. A store is giving away free samples, or there's a long line for a free t-shirt. Suddenly, that free item becomes insanely desirable, even if it's, well, not exactly what we were looking for. Ever waited in line for an hour to snag a free t-shirt, even though you could have bought a much nicer one for a few bucks? The freebie effect strikes again. Ariely explains how our brains are wired to crave a good deal, and there's no better deal than something that costs absolutely nothing. The logic center of our brain takes a back seat, and suddenly, that free item becomes the holy grail, even if its quality is questionable at best. But here's the good news, folks. Understanding our irrational tendencies towards free stuff empowers us to make better choices. The next time you're faced with a freebie frenzy, take a step back and ask yourself, is this something I would actually pay for? Does it align with my needs and style? By recognizing the freebie effect, you can avoid impulse grabs and make more mindful choices that benefit you in the long run. And Predictably Irrational isn't just about free stuff, it's a treasure trove of fascinating insights into the human condition. Ariely dives deep with experiments that will blow your mind. Being more likely to cheat simply because you were reminded of the 10 Commandments. Ariely explores the influence of social norms, how our emotions hijack our decision-making, and even why we procrastinate. Spoiler alert, it's not just laziness. Predictably Irrational is a game-changer for anyone who wants to understand why we do the things we do. It's not just about economics, it's about the fascinating and sometimes illogical workings of the human brain. By recognizing these quirks and biases, we can become smarter decision-makers in all areas of life. So, grab a copy and embark on a journey of self-discovery. Predictably Irrational is your guide to understanding yourself and the world around you a little bit better. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into these fascinating experiments and concepts. The world of irrational behavior awaits. So, grab a copy of Predictably Irrational and get ready to embark on a journey of self-discovery. And don't forget to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.